I used to often close my eyes to such insidious stupidity as this, determined to take the high road, but during my travels I encountered a glitch. Enlisted in the army of God and rose up to the ranks of commander. And my assignment was those that slander the spirit of righteousness through rhetoric and propaganda. And saw that since this opposition was kingdom-mindedly senseless, this engagement must commence in the trenches, and it's got to be fierce and relentless. He said the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force, and he meant this. Now this is no direct attack on your person, but I ain't good at acting or rehearsing, so I won't be passively reverting to some form of soft Christianity, which is the laughing stock of hell. We must insistently be about the business of continually putting these antagonistic spirits in hearses and reversing both the self-inflicted and the generational curses. Our weapons of warfare are not carnal but mighty through God, and our creation must align to his verses. So I'm going to take this time to move and address to the first thing that I just ain't understanding. And it's a supportive involvement in Planned Parenthood. Some of you call it family planning. In reality, you parents is planning to be paying some scoundrel to be jamming a steel rod into your baby's brain. I done seen ultrasound videos of this thing, and man, it's a crying shame. The little baby reaching up there trying to stop the thing from poking him. But even if the thing splitting his brain open don't kill him, when it goes through his throat, it'll choke him. No first day of school, no graduation, no large wedding, not even the possibility of eloping. You assassinated your grandchildren, Satan's mercenary in the flesh. And you'll never know what it feels like to go to sleep with your baby's head resting on your chest. Medical biologists say that human's blood flows warm, but it's evident that yours flows cold. And what did y'all do with the glob of flesh? Just flush it down the commode? You're exactly right, I'm thrilled. Because you could have gave the baby up for adoption, or maybe the baby's daddy could have been an option if he even knew that you were pregnant with his child. Little baby didn't even get a little baby coffin to rest in peace in. Then you have the audacity to start the whole process over again the next weekend by hosting a free-for-all at the sleep-in. Find out you pregnant again, then claim to be a rape victim. Got the doorknob in your hand, but you keep letting sin creep in. Can't you peep in on this short story and see Satan's name all over the production? Now you over there fighting condemnation and devastation, and Satan's over there blushing. And I know y'all wish I was hushing, but somebody got to put the devil on blast. And besides, I'm sick of sitting with my arms crossed way back at the back of the class, all hush mouth and sissified, because somebody's feelings might get hurt. But player, I ain't no ostrich, so why I gotta keep my head in the dirt? God said hate sin, and I hate it. Misunderstanding number 2, feminine men and masculine ladies. You traded the way God made you and your soul to Satan and played you. Because in return what he gave you made a mockery of sacred relations. But you seem to think it's natural for you to be walking around here looking harder than Ving Rhames while trying to get your Mac on. But if it's so natural, why you gotta attach a strap on? Daggone, sweetie. I remember you was a pretty little girl. Used to always see you at church when your mama had your hair in them curls. All you ever talked about was marrying a man like your daddy so you could be a mama like your mama. Then you came home for Thanksgiving dinner your freshman year in college with all that drama. Now, I done tried, y'all. But this is the best I can do to make this nice. But old girl walked through the front door holding hands with a female version of Kimbo Slice and looked her dead in the eyes and tongue kissed her right there in front of her grandma and them. And her daddy knocked over little baby in a high chair and ran to grab the 410. Then her and Lady Kimbo ran out the front door and she ain't seen her family since. Another victory for the devil. I hope y'all paying attention to this. And as we switch over to Mr. He-She, it's no less of a disgrace. He come in wearing a pink leotard lipstick with mascara and all over his face. Say he been crying tears of joy because him and that Kate just came in first place in a 3-legged high heel race. Then he got mad at me because of what I said to him when he said they be making love. I said, man, you stupid. Y'all don't be making nothing but man gravy, butt butter, and mud. And why you be walking around here like that? Women don't even prance that hard. He just ignored me and said, you want me to show you how I can use nothing but my gluteus maximus muscles to shuffle a deck of cards? I said no. Then he proceeded to tell me how he was thinking about giving Dookie Duke back his key cards. He keep leaving the lid up on the commode, but he insisted I sit down when I pee. Then later on, after he finished reading his mail, he was sitting over there in the corner in a fetal position, crying and clutching a teddy bear. Said the doctor just mailed us some information that proved this theory correct and provided confirmation that there was no such thing as a God of heaven in creation, because if there was, he never gave him this fatal combination of HIV and lethal oral fecal contamination. Now he got to hit the telephone booth, Clark Kent himself, and go home and tell his wife. Yeah, it's true all sin is purpose to destroy, but homosexuality is purpose to eradicate life. And if you ain't seeing the devil in this here yet, you've been blinded in your spiritual eyes. So I'll take this time to move on to misunderstanding number 3. It's how you voluntarily assist the devil in destroying the fundamental foundations of family right there inside the safety of your own home where you think can't nobody else see. And it ain't costing Satan a thing, because y'all doing it for free. If I could get it cleared, I'd be the one doing your killing. That's how much it upsets me to see you and your homies smoking weed and drinking liquor in front of your children. Then you pass your little man the blunt and he ain't even know enough to have a driver's license yet. And you're making him drink that liquor you gave him straight, talking about it to put some hair on his chest. And you're teaching him to be disrespecting his teachers. And if his teachers say the slightest inkling about him causing confusion in the class while he was teaching, then you and your boys will be up there to straighten that mess. You directed him to Satan for a blessing, while all you doing for him is letting him play the Xbox or PS3, which is 7 days a week till midnight. And you ain't got enough sense to take 5 minutes out of the whole time to acknowledge God or show him a scripture so he can get right. But some of your sons, friends, parents can see between your blinds and read between your lines, so they invite your son to church so they can introduce him to worship and get his prayer on. But you tell him to tell him no, because all preachers is pimps and crooks, and besides, y'all gonna stay home and watch the Godfather and Scarface marathon. Right after your old lady get back from McDonald's in the store, where she just picked up your Sunday dinner and bought your bill. You couldn't buy it because you ain't worked in a year. But you call yourself the man of the house. You ain't no man, you a mouse. Bow down when she get loud, because she known to put the backside of her hand in your mouth. Know nothing more make the devil smile than the authority of a household turned upside down. And Miss Lady, your kids is Malcolm X in your living room window so they can catch your car before you even park. Talking about, here she come, y'all, here she come, y'all. Don't say nothing, so she won't even start. Because they know you can't come through the door politely like a lady, because your pedigree makes you bald. First thing out your mouth is, well, remote control, y'all know I don't watch no news. Somebody turn on 106 and Paul. Then your favorite video come on and you and your 14-year-old daughter standing in front of the TV screen together, dropping it like it's hot. And you got the nerve to be flippant, because when you paid the Facebook page and visit, the most favorite role model was listed as Nicki Minaj. Then later on that evening, your children tell you they hungry, and you tell them they tripping. So you sit them to get some credit from the candy lady, because you can't even bake chicken. And there's probably a whole lot of different reasons you ain't married yet, baby girl, but rest assured one of them is that you hate the kitchen. Always talking about how you make a man a good wife, but your house stay nasty and you make no effort to cook. Running around here telling everybody you're a Proverbs 31 woman, but you got to use the index to find it in the book. And you need to clean that residue with some of them dirty clothes off your bedroom mirror, baby girl, so you can stand there and take a look. Now, I'm trying to help you. I ain't hating. But it's way past time you start promoting and tolerating raising your kids in a synagogue of Satan. You need to get on your knees and ask God to show you and your kids a church. And if you're feeling a little bit uneasy right now, it's because the truth always hits you where it hurts. You see, Satan is the great deceiver, and blindness is a curse. And I'm fully aware that when you point your finger at someone else, you got 3 more fingers pointing right back at yourself. So I'll take this time to move on to the 4th and final thing that I just can't understand. And it's why I've yet to be able to put away the childish things of my youth and function as a man. What I'm saying is that a cold beer sure would taste good right now, bottle, draft, or can. I passionately pursue God and prayer pertaining to this topic, but as of yet there's been no substantial stopping it. And since the age of 18, there's never been a consistent 6-month span without me consuming liquid intoxicants. And I was born in 72, so you do the math on that. And add up all the years I've been a consistent target of attack. It was my gateway to crack, what turned my blue skies black, and snatched away periods of time that I could never get back. These following statements may sound abstract, but on this path it's the usual. My Uncle Snooky told me at least 20 different times I was all he had left, yet I drank and smoked all the money for his funeral. And I don't even know what they did with his body, probably burned and threw the ashes in the trash. Then there was that time in the middle of the summer In '03, when I was begging on them Dallas streets in that Texas heat, and it had been 3 days since I took a bath. How about that time in '05 when my daddy died and I blowed $10,000 in cash? Then parked my car for a gram of crack and oh boy, I didn't never come back. Or that time in Detroit when I had to hide for an hour and a half in a patch of tall grass because them bulls was at me with them gas. Or that time I was so drunk in Maryland that I spent all my daughter's school clothes money smoking crack and sniffing heroin. Or that Christmas Eve in Goldsboro when the police found me passed out drunk in the middle of the streets. That happened in Nashville too. I done had the same episode play out in almost every city in this country. And that's probably why my friends is limited, because most times I see them I'm needing something. It's the story of my whole adult life, y'all. I can imagine how pathetic it sounds. I've also lost 3 different $250,000 a year jobs because I can't put the bottle down. Society says I'm an indigent and a failure. And you probably think the same thing too based on the limited number of things I wasn't too ashamed to tell you. However, I pray that y'all will pray for me as I pray for the people in the previous parts of this piece, and continue seeking Jesus concerning the kingdom of heaven, because scripture reads that he holds the keys and the cure for spiritual diseases such as these, and corrects the vision of those who having eyes to see but do not perceive. So Satan, you can knock me on my back, but every time I'm going to jump right back and stand in the gap for my peeps, because I see you.